Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how you can set password for the user SA in SQL Server even if you have installed SQL Server using Windows authentication mode. We mostly face this problem because uh, after we practice at home or we do it for personal use. We do not set a password for SA. We just use the Windows authentication, and it works good. Okay, so if I'll show you here, so now it's in Windows authentication mode, and I connect. It's connected. Okay, I don't have a user set for SA. So let's go ahead and see how we can do this, and how you are going to check this. I'll show you how we are going to check that. In the security logins, you should you should see this SA with a cross mark. Okay, here it's a cross mark. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys. Though you have installed SQL Server using Windows authentication, and now you want to set a password for the user SA, because we don't want to you make another user and then grant access to that user. That's a lot of hassle. And even if you don't know like where all it has access and where it does not, then you have to grant permissions there. That user sometimes might fail, may not fail. But it's better to set a password for SA whenever you are installing SQL Server. And you later realize that you do not have a password. So how we are going to do that? Well, it's very easy. Now right click on your database. Okay, select properties. On the name of your database, sorry, not the database, the connection. Okay, just like in the picture. Then in the properties you would see something, Windows authentication and SQL Server authentication, and you might see that you are selected Windows authentication. So tap on SQL Server and Windows authentication mode. Then it would pop up a window with the properties of the login. I'm sorry. After you do this one, save it. Next, move on to the logins inside security. And when you see the security, there would be some password. Okay. Even if you change this password, this one sometimes may work, sometimes it may not. Okay. Previously, it might be selected Windows authentication here, but you have to select SQL Server authentication. And yeah, also this one is in the general tab. Okay. After doing this one, move on to the status. Okay, on the status you would see that this one login would be disabled. For SA, the login would be disabled. Make it enabled. Okay, after you do this, um, you have to log out of SQL Server, close it, open SQL Server as an administrator, or even if you are performing this operation, open SQL Server as an administrator and run this command on your command prompt. I'm sorry, in the uh, query window. Alter login SA enable go alter login SA with a password equals to n. Okay, this is an n varchar, so n in single quotes your password and go. Okay, so that's what we set. Run this command. Yes, after running this command, your task is not complete as well. You have to restart the SQL Server service. So right click on the same connection name, the first database connection name, right click on it, select the restart. Okay. And after it restarts, it will do no changes. You will see no changes. So you have to disconnect this connection and connect back again. All right, guys, let's do this in action and see how this works. Okay, so if I'm going to put this into SQL Server authentication now, and I put an SA, and I try to log in with the password, not working. Okay, it's not working. Let's do this in action. First thing, we are going to set this database in the properties, security, SQL Server authentication, advanced permissions. No, uh, just okay. SQL Server authentication and okay. Now, okay, oops. Again in the security, logins, SA, properties, this thing slow status, enabled, okay, this enabled, okay. Give me a few seconds. Let me just open this one with admin. Okay, so I have opened this as an admin. Oh, why did I do that? You can see SA is enabled now. Sorry guys, I'm used to open the database every time. All right, so let's set a password for SA. Command is completed now. Okay, let's disconnect this one. Oh, sorry. You have to restart the service. We're restarting the service. Service has restarted. Now just disconnect this one. Close it all together. SQL has restarted. Now let's try logging in with SQL authentication. SA password net 123. Perfect. That went through. Now you can see it's also showing logged in as SA. Okay. All right, guys. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned. Stay connected. Until then, happy coding. Thank you.